Hi, I'm Brian Van, SportbikeTrackGear.com. Today we're going to do a product review on the all-new Alpinestars Supertech Gauntlet Race Glove. Okay, the Alpinestars Supertech glove comes in at that premium glove price point, $399.95. Multiple colors available, and of course, multiple sizes. Please look to our website for more details there. This is going to ship for free to all the lower 48 United States. Fast and affordable, international shipping, no restocking fees. You get these gloves from us, and this is really important, especially on an expensive item like this. Wear them all you need to before you ride and make sure you love the fit and feel. That way, if you need to send them back for return or exchange, you will avoid every hassle and avoid every fee. Best of all, this glove qualifies for our STG Cash Rewards program. You buy these, you're going to get a great store credit to use on your next order here at STG. Okay, if you've watched any of my videos over the years, you know I love Alpinestars. One of the best brands in the industry. Got a long history with them. They do great stuff. This glove, there's things about it I really like. And there's things about it that I don't really like. End of the day, given the price point of the glove, I wouldn't really recommend this. I think there's better choices at this price point. That said, let's go ahead and jump into the review, and I'll try and articulate why I feel that way. Sizing. I've got on a 2X right now. You know, I need to go up one size to get a good fit. You can see here that, you know, as I go to wrap my hands, like I'm wrapping them around the bar, you can see I'm really maxing these panels out, okay, and they're pulling quite a bit. They could possibly break in, but I'd rather have more mobility. So for me, I would go up one size from my standard size of extra, extra large. This is a purpose-built race glove, okay? Developed at the highest levels of racing within Moto GP. Now, to start off, those riders, they're a lot different than the rest of us, okay? They've been riding and racing for a long, long time, so their requirements for a glove are going to be very different as compared to a hobbyist, right? Like myself or perhaps yourself. Your hands are super sensitive instruments, right? Tremendous amount of nerve endings in your hands, very delicate, all the bone structure and everything. And protection there, in my opinion, is very, very important. Almost on the same level as a helmet, okay? Now, a MotoGP racer, anyone that's at that level, they have learned how to fall. Falling off of a motorcycle is basically an art form all onto itself, right? Believe it or not, you have a lot more control than you might imagine about what's happening during that fall. You know, some of the high side tumbling part, yeah, that can be a little bit hard to control, but most of the crashes, you can really kind of dictate what happens. With the hands, with any type of high-end glove, right, a key factor for me, a key feature is going to be a plastic palm slider in this area. And I'm going to tell you why right now. The overwhelming majority of us, when we go to fall, we're going to want to put our hands out to brace that impact. It's just instinct. It's built in you. If you've fallen off a motorcycle enough times, I may fall into that category. You know, you kind of learn maybe not to do that over time. But most people don't fall into that category. So this glove has more of a Kevlar-based fabric here, and it is pretty rough too. Possibility it could even have an impact on some of the finishes, like on your gas tank or something, if that's important to you, right? But it doesn't have that plastic slider, so this could, grab that tarmac and transmit energy up into your scaphoid, your wrist, your shoulder, or grab and begin a tumble if you put your hands out. It's definitely going to be abrasion resistant. It's going to do a good job with that, no doubt. You know, the Kevlar-based stuff there, it's going to really help. And you see it's up the side, so it's going to work nicely there, but not having that palm slider is a real negative for your average racetrack enthusiast at the end of the day, because most of us have not fallen off a multitude of times and have been conditioned to not put your hands down on the tarmac. So for me, huge negative right there. That would be enough that I wouldn't really consider it. I'll show you something I love. These fingers. If you want to zoom in really tight there, Steve, the way they shaped these fingers, the feel from these, I've not ridden in them, but the feel from them is amazing. They've shaped the leather so that the seam is on top of the finger. I mean, if you look at that, so there's no seam in between my fingertip and the table right now, and that would be absolutely bitching on a brake lever or a clutch lever. I mean, there would be so much more detail to it. So that part I think is great. They have some Kiprotec fiber, right? Some stretch fabric here. It's abrasion and tear resistant, pretty much out of the impact zone. They've used a bigger piece of it here. You see this used on the GP Pro R2 as well, but it's a smaller piece, So I would say this is, getting closer into that impact zone, so perhaps a little bit riskier, but it's going to wear a lot lighter. Once again, I think more feel, and this is also going to allow a lot of air to be introduced into the glove in that area because it breathes really, really well. We have perforation in between the fingers to introduce more air. Some more Kevlar reinforcements in the impact zones. That patented finger bridge. Additional layer of leather here. There'll be an underlayment of Kevlar underneath there for protection. Flexible knuckle protector. There is energy managing material behind that. You can see we have here a motion panel. Instead of a tunnel system, this is supposed to kind of move with you so it's not pulling really hard on the glove. Little TPR protector here for the back of the hand. They went kind of light in that area as well. There's not a ton of protection for the back of the hand. And to protect the end of the ulna, they have this TPR molded detail here. There's some foam behind that as well. And it's right, for me, right on the edge of that ulna. It's right there, so it's in the right place for the most part. Excellent mobility in the wrist. There's not a lot there to restrict it. Perforated leather. Safety strap, adjustable gauntlet. So, end of the day, who would these be right for? These are going to be right for somebody who's, willing to take and sacrifice some of those protective features that I think are super important to pick up this additional feel. They've used some kangaroo, some cowhide, all top shelf materials. They look great. The construction looks great. It's just, for me, missing that palm slider. There's better choices, in my opinion, for the average rider, the average enthusiast, at this price point. All in all, well executed. If you're comfortable trading the safety for the feel, then give these a look. I'm Brian Van, sportbiketrackgear.com.